Hey up, welcome to this week's video. I'm in Swaledale, I'm in my beloved Yorkshire Dales. I've just spent a slightly frustrating weekend in the Lake District, and about a year ago I had a very similar experience. Bright blue skies, packed full of tourists, really difficult to get any quality photography done. And what I tend to do when that happens and I'm in the lakes, I decide to head home and I come down through the Dales. So in the upper Dales, in Swaledale, was one of my favourite waterfalls. As I said, I was here this time last year under pretty similar circumstances, but I'm here and I'm gonna hopefully capture something a little bit different, try and get some different shots. So what I normally do is I head right up against the main falls. This time I've started a little bit further downstream, got a composition here. I'm just going to work my way up, try to find different compositions until we get up to the main falls. So what I've done, as I always do when I get to a location, is I scout for compositions. First I walk around and I just use my eyes, looking to see what I can find, see if anything's changed, even when it's somewhere I've been before. Then I get the camera out, I walk around handheld, see what I can see. And sometimes I'll even get out the trusty mobile phone. Sometimes it just helps to frame things up, just helps you see things differently. So as I said, I'm down here, quite low down from the falls, found myself a little composition. We'll get this captured and I'll talk you through it. So where I position myself, I just bring in the magic finger. We've got this first cascade, first of three, moves up a ledge, you've got this next one, and then you've got the main cascade there, up at the top. I just like the fact that you've got these layers, these three different elements of water, just cascading over these lovely mossy rocks. Yeah, I quite like this. So it's just about getting the shutter speed and getting everything right, adjusting the camera slightly for the composition. So let's have a look in the back of the camera. So you might notice I've got this big boulder here in the left hand side. Not so keen on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom past that and just get the falls a little bit more intimate. And again, what I like best about this, it's the depth. You've got this first cascade right in the foreground, a tier of rock, you've got that next set of falls, and then in the background you've got the main long drop, as it were. I just like the different layers. At first I wasn't so keen on those leaves, those branches, sort of intruding into the falls, but actually I quite like that. It adds a little bit of mystery. You can't see the main falls so clearly, makes you wonder what's back there. Of course the issue I've got there is any of that foliage that's moving I'm going to have to get a faster shutter speed shot for, but that's not a problem. I'll do my usual, half a second, get my water, adjust that shutter speed accordingly to get that nice bit of texture and really enhance that flow. Then there's two things I'm going to do. Firstly, as I just mentioned then, I'm going to get that faster shutter speed. I might go up to 100th of a second, something like that. Might have to increase my ISO to get that shot. And then I'm going to refocus down on this bottom falls. I'm going to do a really long 5, maybe 10-second shot, just so I can really smoothen out this plunge pool in the foreground. I just like it when there's a really milky, silky appearance to that plunge pool. One thing I didn't mention, as always when I'm taking pictures of waterfalls, I've got the circular polarizer on. Yeah, and of course, I've just turned that a little bit, just to kill any glare on those rocks. Just going through that normal workflow that I always have when I take waterfalls. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with it, and if it's any good, I'm going to bob it up now. So there's another reason, an ulterior motive for coming here and going into a stream. I've got myself some new kit. For a start, I've got a Z8, but we're going to save that and talk about that, I think, in an upcoming video. But the other bit of kit, check out these bad boys with my catalogue pose. Got myself some new wellies. Got myself a pair of these Muck Boots, but they're short, they're just calf length. I'll put the name of them on the screen now. But I got them in the summer sale, and I just thought, with them being shorter, they'll be more lightweight and easier to pack. And to be honest, I don't really need full-on, full-length wellies. I rarely go into the deeper water. I'm certainly not the sort of person who's going to end up with a pair of chest waders. So I think these will be ideal for just being able to pack a little bit lighter, just get into those shallower water, shall we say. I like them, so far so good. They're doing everything you'd expect of a welly. Well, my feet are dry, so that's a start. So yeah, I've got them in the winter wellies. They're Arctic Spec or something like that. And I bought them in the summer sales. So there's my top tip, my top tight Yorkshireman tip. Get your winter gear in the summer sales, and buy your summer gear in the winter sales. Save yourself a bob or two. So yeah, there you go, there's my tight Yorkshireman tip. So I've moved up to the main falls. I did have a few compositions down there on these rock shelves, but they're absolutely lethal. Now I don't know if that's these new wellies, or even if I had decent walking boots on. I don't remember it being that slippy before. They're absolutely slick. It's worse than walking on ice. So I've decided to play it safe in more ways than one. Play it safe as far as not falling on my ass, but also play it safe with a composition. So I'm up at the main falls. Come up here and join me, and I'll show you what I've got. So the composition I found up here at the main falls is, I'm looking down at these big boulders. There's a couple of large squarish blocks with sort of a slit, a gap between them, and that lines up with the main cascade. Sorry if I'm shouting, my voice keeps raising because of the noise of the water, and I just feel I need to shout. I keep doing that, and I've mentioned it in other videos. It's really difficult not to. Talking to the camera's a bit like talking to a person, and you just assume they can't hear you. I forget that I've got a microphone attached to me. So yeah, it's quite dark in here. I'm not needing an ND filter. As usual, I've got the circular polarizer on just to kill the glare on that water, on that punch pool, and on any sort of sheen on any of the rock. I'm not sure if you're able to see this because of the glare, the reflection on the screen, but let me just get rid of the display overlay. I might just make it a little bit clearer. So you probably see there's a little bit of daylight there at the top between the trees. Just bringing in the magic finger there to point it out to you. So what I'm going to do for the composition is just going to zoom in that little bit more. And then, as I said before, hopefully you can see we've got this sort of this gap, this slit in the rock that lines up with the falls. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, if it's any good, I'm going to pop it on screen now. as always, we're wrapping things up at this location with a quick plea for a like and a subscribe. If you like this video, please give those relevant buttons a bit of a bash. So yeah, these wellies, they're a big win, and the beautiful waterfalls of Swaledale, well, they're always a big win. So until next time, have you seen me? So what I've ended up getting as a composition is the main fork. Autumn's coming.